Hello everyone, thanks for joining us again. The recent inauguration of the 5,000 barrels per day Walter Smith Modular Refinery was an auspicious occasion to draw attention to the larger refinery roadmap, which incorporates rehabilitation of the existing refineries, co-location of new refineries, and construction of greenfield plants. Mr. President also went further to solicit for support about some specifics which we have listed in the details. Activities and operations of the National Oil Company elsewhere continue to attract impact-driven attention and commendation, like the last one from the Senate Committee on Gas. Plus, GMD Mele Kyari says Nigeria is more of a gas country than an oil country. Newly recruited graduate trainees are reported for work. Find out what they were told on day one. Part of the details. I'm Akin Agbejile. This is Oil and Gas Forum.
No panic to buy fuel for black market. NNPC go bring fuel for all motorists.
NNPC say them get fuel jabrata for ground. So therefore, no buy black market, no do panic buying, and no fuel day we go round.
NNPC, we touch your lives in many positive ways.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said that the realization of the refinery roadmap that was rolled out 2 years ago will enable Nigeria to export petroleum products to neighboring countries and even beyond. President Buhari said this at the inauguration of the 5,000 barrels per day Walter Smith Modular Refinery and the groundbreaking for a 45,000 barrels per day plant in Ohaji, Egbema, Imo State, which had in attendance the Governor of Imo State, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, the Minister of State for Education, the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, and other top government officials. He commended the Walter Smith Group, an indigenous oil firm, and the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board for the collaboration that led to the successful construction of the refinery.
The development of modular refineries represents one of the 4 key elements of our refinery roadmap rolled out in 2018, aimed at addressing the challenges in the downstream sector to meet our local needs and eliminate importation of petroleum products.
He directed the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the Department of Petroleum Resources, and all other relevant government agencies to provide all the necessary support to the refinery with regards to access to crude oil and condensate feedstock. According to the President, the refinery roadmap includes the rehabilitation of the existing refineries, co-location of new refineries, and construction of greenfield plants. The Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, applauded the federal government for supporting the refinery initiative to fruition.
It is therefore significant and truly historic that it is only in the current government of President Muhammadu Buhari that this laudable initiative is yielding concrete fruits. There is no gainsaying the truth that we would not have been here today, but for the sincere determination of President Muhammadu Buhari to change the narrative of the oil industry for the better.
On his part, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timi Praise Silva, assured Nigerians that the federal government will ensure the enhancement of the country refining capacity.
It marks an important occasion and indeed a milestone in our quest to ensure robust energy independence through gradual reduction in the importation of petroleum products into our country, which is very much in line with the policy direction of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Speaking at the commissioning of the facility and the groundbreaking event, the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Malam Mele Kyari, said the project was in sync with the corporation's aspiration to support in-country refining capacity.
We have seen that Walter Smith is one of the very promising domestic companies that we know. They have promised, they have kept to their promise, particularly for delivering on this project on schedule. And also the promises that this company represents for the rest of us, so that the ultimate objective of government to deepen local refining, increasing local value to our economy, is realized.
The chairman, Walter Smith Group, Mr. Abdulrazak Issa, said the refinery would deliver over 271 million liters of refined petroleum products yearly, including kerosene, diesel, naphtha, and heavy fuel oils to the domestic market.
The facility we are commissioning today has been designed to produce 271 million liters of products annually. These products include AGO, diesel, DPK, kerosene, HFO, heavy fuel oil, and naphtha. Evacuation of these products in top quality and standards commenced on November 3rd, 2020, following statutory approvals graciously granted by the Department of Petroleum Resources.
The Senate Committee on Gas has commended the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) on the various gas development projects it has undertaken, especially the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline project. Speaking during the 2021 Budget Defense and Performance Appraisal meeting with officials of the corporation, which held at the National Assembly Complex, Chairman of the committee, Senator James Manager, expressed satisfaction with the various gas development projects embarked upon by the NNPC despite the impacts of COVID-19 on the oil and gas industry.
It is only by visiting that we'll appreciate some of the figures that you have put here. And I want to thank you for coming in regards to the GMD.
On his part, a member of the committee who is also the immediate past chairman of the committee, Senator Albert Akpan Bassi, said NNPC under the leadership of Malam Mele Kyari has taken the corporation to a new height by publishing the 2018 and 2019 audited financial statements and by reducing losses by over 95%.
I want to commend the team led by the current GMD for what you are doing in the industry. Mr. Chairman, I think it is good to place this on record that for the first time, NNPC demonstrated transparency in publishing their financial statements. For a team of dedicated, passionate, and very patriotic Nigerians to bring down the losses of NNPC from over 800 billion to a loss position of about 20 billion in one financial year. Such effort is to be commended.
Speaking earlier during the presentation, the group managing director of the NNPC, Malam Mele Kyari, who was represented by the Chief Operating Officer, Gas and Power, Engineer Yusuf Usman, attributed the success of the corporation in the gas sector to the support and cooperation of the committee and the entire legislature.
We were able to take FID for LNG expansion, that's LNG Trans-7. We have also successfully released the EPC contract for Trans-7 within the COVID-19 pandemic period.
He said gas supply to power has improved significantly, which was evident in the improved power supply currently being witnessed in the country. On the AKK pipeline project, Engineer Usman told the lawmakers that it was designed to supply 2 billion cubic feet of gas per day, stressing that it would be the primary source of gas for the power plants currently being developed in Abuja, Kaduna, and Kano. The Group Managing Director of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Malam Mele Kyari, has said that Nigeria is more of a gas-endowed country, though the country is known more for her crude oil resources. Malam Kyari made this submission during a media parley in Abuja with members of the National Association of Energy Correspondents. The GMD stated that the corporation's new focus was on gas development, as it was the most resilient source of energy in the energy transition process.
Today that we have significant progress has been made in getting other LNG projects on course. Some of them floating LNGs on some of our offshore assets. There are gas hubs that we are trying to establish, which will also lead to creation of other LNG projects.
He disclosed that gas had a lot to offer in terms of job creation, as well as having many other benefits. The NNPC boss gave assurances at the event that the corporation will continue to work hard to ensure full gas development in the country for economic development. Malam Kyari also spoke on other sundry industry issues.
But because our focus today is on gas, and making sure that monetizing gas is an objective of government and of the NNPC and our partners, and because the PIB itself will ultimately come to pass where emphasis on gas, monetizing gas, creating the right fiscal environment for gas development, that I know and I'm very convinced personally that we may see some more LNG projects.
The Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has said the corporation is an equal employer of labor and adheres strictly to federal character principle with a gender balance policy from the top management to graduate trainees. Group Managing Director of the corporation, Malam Kyari, made this submission while welcoming NNPC's newly recruited graduate trainees as they physically report to work at the NNPC Towers in Abuja and across all the strategic business units of the corporation.
So today, I'm speaking to you as the Group Managing Director of this company. Any one of you here, no exception, can aspire to the highest position in this company, because it is possible. Because I've seen this happen to many people in this company, including myself. So this company is an equal opportunity employer.
Malam Kyari implored the GTs to join the top management and staff in ensuring that the transparency, accountability, and performance excellence TIP policy was deeply entrenched in the entire system. The Group General Manager, Group Human Resources of the NNPC, Mrs. Oyeyemi Ladipo, speaks on her expectations from the GTs as they assume their duties physically.
These are the people that our NNPC as an organization is going to be handed over to, that will actually take us to that level of the world class that we have always longed to be.
Some of the graduate trainees shared their dreams and experiences as they commence their career path with the NNPC.
I am Waneri Chinedu Ugochukwu from Imo State, Ihimemba not precisely. I studied mass communication in the Anambra State University. Before now, I was one of those that believed if you don't know anybody in this country, there is nothing for you. And so when I got the link to apply, I was a bit skeptical, but something in me kept telling me that, yes, you really need to try out. Even if it doesn't work, there will always be a next time. So fast forward to 14th February, that was the main day I fell in love with NNPC. NNPC gave me the best Valentine gift and became my lover. So for the rest of my life, I'm in love with NNPC. Really, for me, the target is minimum GGM Public Affairs Division. That is my target, minimum.
My name is Divine. I studied accounting and I'm from Ekiti State. When the recruitment started, it was very transparent, because without it being transparent, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank the NNPC for that really transparent recruitment process.
My name is Mustafa Ismail from Yobe State. It is 100% based on merit, and let me share this with you. When we applied for this job, a lot of people, my friends from our peer group, they are saying, I know so person in NNPC, but for me, I was talking to myself, who do I know? Reluctantly, I applied, and fortunately, after the CBT, I received an invite for the interview. I came here for the interview. I put in my best. Some people were saying, no, they will not, you don't know anybody, they will not pick you. But surprisingly, on the 14th of February this year, I got a notification that I had been selected. My name is Dowa Ibaba Mubara. I'm from Bios State, and I read computer science from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
For me, I want to be able to give as much value as I can such that I become relevant in every sphere, every unit, every department I would have to work in throughout my long journey here.
My name is Asma Olawan. I studied international relations. I didn't expect to get this far, to be honest. Because NNPC is the company for 200 million Nigerians, and the application stage was massive. There were thousands of applicants. It was crazy. We went to the CBT. I saw a lot of people. There are many qualified people, so I just went, did my bit, and left the rest. It was highly based on merit.
Hello and welcome to the feedback segment of the program. My name is Faith Ayuba. Crude oil is a natural unrefined hydrocarbon deposit and other organic materials. On the segment today, we sought to find out from the public about the derivatives from crude oil.
You have kerosene, quota, the petrol itself. So many other fractions are combined. That's why it's called the crude oil, meaning it's not just one single, item that is there. There are so many fractions.
We get fuel from crude oil, we get gas, we get diesel, kerosene.
Let me use that word, the quota. We get it from crude oil. We use crude oil with it, and plastic, even the plastic chairs. It's from crude oil. Even the gas we use is from crude oil.
Especially we have diesel, fuel, gas, and even the quasar. There are a lot of things we have in crude oil.
We have the engine oil, we have the fuel, we have the diesel, we have some plastic, the syringe, and kerosene.
The Vaseline we rub, the diesel, kerosene, and the fuel itself. All are derived from the crude oil.
The shoes we wear, motor tires, the Vaseline, and many other things.
Kerosene, slippers, tar on the road, diesel, all those are byproducts of crude oil.
After crude oil is extracted from the ground, it is sent to a refinery where different parts of crude oil is separated into usable petroleum products such as gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, kerosene, petrochemical feedstocks, waxes, lubricating oil, asphalt, and many more. That's the much time will permit. Please keep the dial. Hello, good to have you join us on this segment. My name is Abigail Ojogbo. Did you know that API gravity is an arbitrary measure established by the American Petroleum Institute to specify the weight of crude oil per unit volume? Did you know that associated gas refers to the gas produced in conjunction with the normal or intended production of crude oil? Did you also know that natural gas containing relatively large amounts of sulfide or sulfide compounds, usually hydrogen sulfide, is known as sour gas? Gathering system is a term used for the pumping service that brings the flows of a number of producing wells together for subsequent pumping into a pipeline. Did you know that a valve manifold at the top of a high-pressure producing well that controls the flow of one or more producing areas from a single well is called Christmas tree? Now you know. Please stay tuned for the next segment of the program.
Hello and welcome to Global Crude Oil Outlook. Oil rose for the fourth straight session as the market shrugged off an industry report showing United States crude stockpiles rose more than expected, extending a rally driven by hopes that a COVID-19 vaccine will boost fuel demand. Brent crude was up 44 cents or 0.9% at $48.30 per barrel, having risen almost 4% in the previous session. While United States West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures gained 33 cents or 0.7% to $45.24 per barrel after rising more than 4%. The Market Intelligence Department of NNPC's London office reports that oil traders saluted the apparent end to the unprecedented post-election political chaos in the United States by lifting prices almost $2 per barrel to levels not seen in 7 months. Sentiment, in fact, spread wide, pushing aside acute pandemic concerns and boosting a range of assets. The Dow Jones smashed through the 30,000-point threshold for the first time ever to post its first record close in 10 months. United States oil price benchmark West Texas Intermediate WTI broke through resistance and flipped into backwardation starting in July 2021. Backwardation is a price structure indicating there could be a shortage of supply during front months. These will tease oil out of storage, which in turn should help correct some of the significant supply imbalances that remain since the start of the COVID-19 outbreak. Oil prices have improved by 25% so far this month, largely thanks to a string of reports about promising test results for COVID-19 vaccines that, once approved by regulators, could be distributed and administered as early as next month. Traders are bidding up oil even though products inventories such as diesel and gasoline remain well above 5-year averages, and there still isn't a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel for jet fuel. And that's it on this segment of the program. I am Obigo Okolo.
No panic to buy fuel for black market. NNPC go bring fuel for all motorists.
NNPC say them get fuel jabrata for ground. So therefore, no buy black market, no do panic buying, and no fuel day we go round.
NNPC, we touch your lives in many positive ways.
That's been the package for this edition of Oil and Gas Forum. We expect you found the stories very informative and delightsome. Happy married life to one of us, Julia Auta, now Julia Ochibo. And for the rest of us, have a jolly good week.